Dear students, in our today's class we are going to discuss exercise 13b. Okay, so you can see here the first question is, for each of the statements given below indicate if it is true, okay, or false. That means okay, see, you have from A to F, okay, a few statements are given here and we have to share whether these statements are true or false. Okay, so the first one is your, a rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay, a rectangle is a parallelogram because it is true. Okay, because a rectangle, okay, a rectangle is a type of a what your parallelogram. So this first one, A number will be what your, the first number will be your true. Okay, so our first one is true, a rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay, I'll show you here. Okay, if you want to see, you can see here. Okay, a rectangle being a parallelogram has all the properties of a rectangle. That means all the properties of a your rectangle are held by what your parallelogram. So we can say that a rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay, so other than the properties of your rectangle, we have studied this one. Okay, so one to so few extra properties are also there. So this is what the difference between your a rectangle and a parallelogram. But all the properties of a parallelogram are held by your rectangle. Okay, then you can see here the next one will be your, so that's why I can write the first one will be what your, the first one will be your true. Okay, next let's see the second one, that is your A number, that is your B number. The B number is your, a square is a rectangle. Okay, a square is a rectangle. So this is also true because you can see here a square is a rectangle. Now we'll see the properties of a square and a rectangle. In a square all four sides are equal, in a rectangle opposite sides are equal. In a square all four sides are equal means what, opposite sides are also equal. Okay, in a rectangle each angle is of your 90 degree, so here also each angle is of what, your 90 degree. So this is how you can make compare, or you can see in the this property section as well. It is mentioned in detail there. Okay, so the second number will be also our true. Then we'll go for this 3 number, that is, you can see a parallelogram is a rhombus. Okay, a parallelogram is a rhombus. This is a false statement. Okay, so you can check out there. Okay, because in your property section there is an extra separate section is given there for property. Okay, I have explained all this in detail. So this will be what your, this will be your false. Okay, now if I start explaining all the things again, then the video will be more longer. Okay, I have explained all these things in detail, okay, in our previous classes. So all of you are asked to watch this video and then you can come to this one. Okay, then we'll see the D number. A square is a rhombus. Okay, a square is a rhombus. This is true. Okay, because all the properties of squares are held by a rhombus. All sides are equal and all. You can see this one. So D number is also what? D number is also your true. Okay, then we'll see E number. A rectangle is a square. Okay, a rectangle is not a square because in a square what happens is that in a square all sides are equal, but in a rectangle opposite sides are only equal. So a rectangle cannot be a square, but a square can be a rectangle. Okay, this is what we have discussed in B number. Okay, so this E number will be what your, the E number will be a false statement. Okay, then we'll see the last one, that is your F. Okay, a square is a parallelogram. This is true because a square is a type of parallelogram. Okay, so this is also true. Okay, hope all of you have understood this one. Then we'll see the second number. What kind of quadrilateral is formed when the midpoints of the sides of the following are joined? That means when the midpoints of a rectangle are joined, when the midpoints of a rhombus are joined, a midpoint of a kite. Okay, I'll just tell you the answer only. Okay, but for the better understanding of this section, I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link. Okay, I'll send you a link and you can watch through this link. Okay, okay, because this section we need to show actually why this is what happens, how to do. Okay, it's need an extra, because it's need an extra class of half an hour. Okay, so here I'm not going to discuss, I'll just tell you okay what will be the answer. Okay, So you just don't worry. Okay, there's a link to this how a rectangle, okay, when the midpoints of a rectangle are joined, it gives us rhombus. Okay, we'll discuss this one in this this linked one video. Okay, then the first one is when the midpoints of a rectangle, actually midpoints of a rectangle means, see, I'll show you here. Okay, let's take, okay, let's take, this is an rectangle. So this is the midpoint, this is its midpoint, this is its midpoint, and this is the midpoint. Now you connect these midpoints. Okay, but to understand this one, you must have a good command over the basics. Okay, otherwise it will be problematic for you to understand. Okay, one, I'll show you how a rectangle can be a rhombus. Okay, all of you know here each angle is what your, each angle is your 90 degree. In a rectangle, each angle is what your 90 degree. Now if I consider this whole side as a 2a and this is the midpoint, that means I can write this is your a and this is your a. Okay, so in the same way, okay, this is reference, this one I can consider as b, this one I can consider as b. So this will be as your a, this will be as your a. Okay, again this will be your b and this will be your b. Okay, then see here, see now if I consider this triangle, okay, if I consider this triangle only, then you can see here one angle is 90 degree, that means it is a right angle triangle. Now if I apply the your Pythagoras property here, then what will happen in this triangle? We know square of a diagonal. Okay, the square of a diagonal, say example, this is your diagonal, isn't it? So square of a diagonal is equal to the square of some other two sides. So it will be a square plus b square, and I am assuming this one is your y. So I'll write here y square. This is the formula. Then if you remove your square from here, it will give us what, your square root of a square plus b square. Then actually now what will be the length of this hypotenuse? It will be your square root of a square plus b square. If you apply here, here also sides are a and b, it will be your what, square root of a square plus b square. This will be also square root of a square plus b square. This will be also square root of a square plus b square. Okay, this is about the sides. See, we got here 4 sides equal here. Okay, but this is a necessary condition, it is not sufficient. Okay, so for the more to understand in detail, okay, I'll send you the link. Just I'll give you the idea only how it how we can say it is a rhombus, because you can see here all the sides are equal, root over a square plus b square, root over a square plus b square, root over a square plus b square, all 4 sides are equal. That means this is a rhombus, yet this is not the sufficient condition. Okay, we'll discuss this one in our next class. Okay, so what will happen is that when you join the midpoint of a rectangle, it gives you always a rhombus. Okay, the answer will be what, your, it will gives us a rhombus. Then this is your a, the next is your b. What happens when a rhombus, okay, this is opposite. Okay, now if I connect all the midpoints of a rhombus, it gives me a rectangle. It's very simple. It gives me a what, your rectangle. Okay, then see the C number, a kite. Okay, now if you join all the midpoints of a kite, then also you will get a rectangle. Okay, then also you will get a rectangle. Then an isosceles trapezium, if you draw all the midpoints of an isosceles trapezium, it gives you what, your, it gives you a rhombus. Okay, it gives you a rhombus. Okay, so this is your question number 2. So here we have solved all the questions of 1, here we have solved all the questions of 2. Okay, then we'll see the third part. Okay, now in the third part you can see here ABCD is a rectangle, EFGH is a rhombus, okay, PQR is a square. This is your rectangle, this is your rhombus, and this is your square. Now what happens? FH is perpendicular. FH means where FH is here. This one you can see here about this triangle. Now see, FH is perpendicular. Okay, so FH is perpendicular to what, your FH is what, your perpendicular to your EG. Okay, FH is perpendicular to your EG because this is a rhombus. Okay, the diagonal of a rhombus are the perpendicular bisector. Okay, clear? The diagonal of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector. Okay, so what will be the answer to the one number? It will be what your FH is, you can write FH is perpendicular to, it will be your EH, because EH sorry, it will be not EH, it will be your EZ. Okay, it will be what I'm writing it again here. Okay, so what will be the one number answer? It will be what your FH is perpendicular to EG. The reason is that because you can see here, this is a rhombus, the diagonal of the rhombus are perpendicular bisector. Okay, so over this FH, EH is perpendicular. So this is one number is done. Now we'll see the second number. Then what is the second number? GE bisects. Now where is GE? See, you can see here GE. Okay, GE bisects what your HF, because just I have said this is the perpendicular bisector. Bisect means what? To equally divide. Okay, so what will be GE bisects your, I am writing in this blank section only. Okay, GE bisects what your GE bisects your HF. Okay, then we'll see the third one. So the third one is your, you can see here, the third one is FEH equal to 130 degree. Where is FEH? See here, FEH, this is your 130 degree. Okay, if this is your 130 degree, then what will be your EHG, this angle? Okay, so what we know, in a rhombus opposite sides are parallel. Okay, opposite sides are parallel. If I consider EH as a transversal, okay, because opposite sides are parallel, because a rhombus is also a type of parallelogram, and in parallelogram itself we have discussed that opposite sides of a parallelogram what are parallel and equal. That means these two sides will be parallel. Okay, and here EH, if I consider EH as the transversal, that means if it like this, okay, I'll draw here, I'm drawing this one. Okay, so if I consider this one is your H and E. Okay, this will be your HE and if we can write it here. Okay, then what we know, the sum of these two angles, this is called what are co-interior angles. Sum of co-interior angles is how much? 180 degree. Okay, now one is given how much? 130. Now if one is 130, that means another must be 50. Then see 130 plus 50, it gives me how much? It gives me 180. So just I've said sum of co-interior angle is what your 180. So if one is 130, must be 50, because 130 plus 50 gives me 180. Okay, so the third one will be, the answer will be what your, this will be your 50 degree. Okay, then the fourth one will see. Okay, AC equal to 4 centimeter. Okay, which one is AC? Here AC is 4 centimeter. Okay, then what about the BD? It must be 4 centimeter, because this is a rectangle. When we know in a rectangle diagonals are equal. In a rectangle diagonals are equal. If one is 4 centimeter or of 4 units, so another must be what your 4 units. Okay, so the answer to the fourth will be what? This will be also what your 4 units. Okay, then we'll see the fifth one. Fifth one, PQ equal to 4 centimeter. What is PQ? PQ is the 4 centimeter. PS will be what? Because this is a square. In square all sides are equal. If one is 4 centimeter, PS must be what? PS must be your 4 centimeter. Okay, then the sixth one is EHG equal to 48 degree. Okay, EHG, that means if we consider this angle as your 48 degree, what about the HGO? HGO, this angle. Okay, and again we know. Okay, see here, if we, because EH is parallel to FG, if I consider HG as a transversal, then sum of okay, or one more thing. Okay, then what will happen? EH is 48 degree. This angle is your 48 degree. Okay, then sum of this angle plus this whole angle gives me how much? That is your 180 degree. Okay, just I have said this is the co-interior angles. Okay, then what will be value to this angle? If it is 148, okay, then what I will do here? Okay, the sum of two angle is what? The sum of two angle is 180 degree. Another one is your 48 degree. Okay, one is 48. What? So 10 minus 8, that is your 2. 7 minus 4, that is your 3. That means 132. That means this whole angle HGF is your how much? HGF is your 132. Again we know the diagonal of a rhombus bisect the interior angles. That means equally divide. Okay, it's equally divide. Okay, bisect means what? Equally divide. Now you divide 132 by 2, you will get what? 2 6, that is your 12. 1 12. Okay, then it will be what? Your 66. Then what will be our answer? Our answer will be your 66 degree. Okay, so answer to the 6th number is your, it will be how much? That is your 66 degree. Okay, then the next is your HE equal to 12. Okay, then what about GH? HE equal to 12. GH, what is GH? See, this is a rhombus, all sides are equal, so this must be your 12 again. It's very simple. In angle your 8, EOF, what is EOF? EOF. Okay, so EOF, it will be whatever. EOF will be your 90 degree because these are the perpendicular bisector. The diagonal of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector, so this must be how much? This must be your 90 degree. So you can write here 90 degree. Okay, so hope all of you have understood this one. Okay, now we'll see the 4th number question. Okay, now for the 4th number question, you can see here the diagonal of a rectangle ABCD intersect at O. This is for the question number 4. The diagonal of a rectangle ABCD intersect at the point O. Again BOC equal to 44 degree. Then we need to find out OAD. That means we need to find out this angle. Okay, then see here how to solve this one. Okay, so I have already solved here. Okay, this is going to be the 4th question. So this writing is not that important. Okay, but I am writing in details so that I can make you understand in a proper way. Okay, in your examination or if you are practicing, you try to understand and try to write in your own words. It's not that necessary that the way I have written here you have to write in the same way. So what we are given in a rectangle ABCD. ABCD is a rectangle. The diagonal intersect at O. The diagonal intersects at O. Again BOC is given to us how much? This is your 44 degree BOC. Then OAD, that means your OAD. I need to find out this angle. Okay, so first of all, okay, before to proceed, I must know about the properties of a diagonal of a rectangle. Okay, first of all, the diagonals of a rectangle are equal, and again a rectangle is a parallelogram. And what we know from the property of your parallelogram, okay, the diagonal of a parallelogram bisect each other, which means the diagonals of the rectangle also bisect each other. Now these two are equal and bisected means what? This line, okay, this line segment will be equal to this line segment because these two are equal. Bisect means what? It will divide into two parts, so this will be equal to this one. Now if we consider OAD triangle, now this side is equal to this side. Now if I consider this whole triangle, okay, in any triangle one pair of sides is equal, that means this is an isosceles triangle. Okay, when this is an isosceles triangle, this base angles will be equal. If one is x, another must be your how much? That is your x. Okay, again this is your 44 degree. Now these two lines are intersecting at a point, so this must be what? Your 44 degree. The reason is what? Your vertically opposite angles. So here in triangle DOA equal to BOC. Okay, the reason is that it is your vertically opposite angles, just I have said, or if you want you can write here 44 degree as well. Now I am considering this triangle OAD from in triangle DOA or OAD, whatever you write. then this angle, okay, this angle plus this angle plus this angle, this is a triangle. If I apply the angle sum property, sum of all these three angles will give me how much? That is your 180 degree. So x plus 44, that is your 180 degree. The reason is that we have applied here angle sum property. So x plus x, that is your twice x, 44 you transpose to the right, it will be minus 180 minus 44, it gives me 136. You divide it by 2, it will gives us 68. So x is how much? 68 degree. So x means what actually? OAD is the x. So OAD is how much? 68 degree. But here ODA is also 68 degree, but we are not asked to find out. So we'll write what your OAD only. Okay, this also very simple. So hope all of you have understood this one. Now we'll see fifth question. Okay, fifth question. ABCD is a rhombus with ABC equal to 56 degree. Determine CAD. Here this B is given and we are asked to determine CAD. CAD, that means this angle we need to determine. Okay, now see how to do this one. Okay, see here. So this is also very simple. ABCD is a rhombus with ABC equal to 56 degree. Okay, ABC, this angle, okay, 56 degree. We need to find out CAD, that means we need to find out this angle. Okay, then see how to start. First of all, we'll see the hints which are given to us. Okay, so in geometry it's very simple, is that first of all you must learn how to create a links. Okay, create a links with your hints to find out the answer. These are the hints given to us, and you need to learn how to apply these hints to find out the answer. This is very simple. Then see here, COD equal to AOB, it is 90 degree, because you can see here if this angle is 90, this angle must be your 90 degree. The reason is that vertically opposite angle. And again one more thing, we know in a rhombus, okay, the diagonal bisects at right angles. So both angle will be your 90 degree, vertically opposite angle, because one is 90, another must be your 90 degree. Now I have considered AOB triangle. This is your O angle. Now if I apply angle sum property here, then what will happen? AOB this angle, OBA this angle, plus OAB. That means if I sum up all these three angles together, it gives me what? 180 degree. If you want, you can write here angle sum property. AOB 90, ABC, it is already given in your question, that is your 56 degree. I have written here. Okay, then you add this together, it gives me 146, and then transpose, it will give us minus 146. Then subtract, it will be your how much? 34 degree. So now your OAB, okay, OAB is how much? That is your 34. Okay, now we have got what your OAB equal to 34 degree. Then you can see, just I have said, in your rhombus, okay, this diagonal bisects the co-interior angle. Bisect means equally divide. That means if this angle is 34, this must be 34, then only this AD will be the bisector. Bisect means what? Equally divide. If this is 34, this must be your 34. So what I can write now? CAD is also equal to, now I can write equal to angle CAD. Okay, so this is our answer to the fifth number question. Then okay, 6 is very easy. Okay, 6 number question is given to you as homework. Okay, try to solve by yourself. This 6 number question, it is given to you as homework. Try to solve by yourself. Then I'll teach you this question number 7. The question number 7 is ABCD is a trapezium, okay, in which AB is parallel to DC. Here ABCD is a trapezium where AB is parallel to DC. Angle A equal to B, that means we know these adjacent angles are always equal. Here A equal to B, in the same way D is also equal to C. Okay, angle D equal to angle C, you can see the property section. Okay, then what are the measures of the other two angles? Okay, then how to solve this one? You see here, ABCD is a trapezium in which AD parallel to BC. This is what given in your question. I have just written here. Okay, now see here. Again one more property we have learned here. Okay, that means sum of these co-interior angles, sum of these two co-interior angles is how much? It is your 180. Okay, now that means you can see here, If I add this angle and this angle, sum of these two is how much? 180 degree. That means you can see here BAD, this angle, plus ADC, that is your this angle. Sum of these two angle is 180 degree. Reason I have written AB parallel to CD, AD is the transversal. So this will be the what your co-interior angle. So why co-interior? Because this line is parallel to this line. You consider AD as the transversal. Then BAD equal to 40 degree. Okay. Then this ADC, then you just transpose. Okay. Then you will get ADC equal to how much? 140 degree. From here it is very simple. If ADC is 140 degree, then angle C must be 140 degree. The reason is these two are the adjacent angles, and adjacent angles are always equal in a trapezium. Okay, clear? So this is what I have written here. Since angle C equal to D, so C equal to D equal to 140 degree. Okay. Then we'll see the 8 number question. The 8 number question is also very simple. So in 8 number question, few 1, 2, 3, 4 parts are there. Okay, out of this I'll discuss 3 only. So out of this 4 I'll discuss 3 only. The one will be given to each homework. Okay, so you can see here, this is 8 number. Okay, let me read this calculate. Okay, this is the figure I have already drawn here. ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, so this is what written. Okay, and you can see here, since diagonals are equal and bisect each other. Now if diagonals are equal and bisect each other means what? This angle will, this line segment will be equal to this line segment. Okay, now if you consider OAB triangle, then what will happen? If one pair of sides are equal, that means what? OAB is an isosceles triangle. Once OAB is isosceles triangles, then these two angles will be what? Your equal base angles. So if this 21, this must be your 21. This is what I did here. This is what I did here. Okay, OA equal to OB, the reason I have said. So again OAB equal to OB equal to 21 degree. Now okay, this is clear. Again we know this is a rectangle. In a rectangle, each angle is how much? Each angle is 90 degree, but one angle is divided into two parts. Okay, if the value to or the measurement of one angle is 90 degree, no matter you divide it for how many times, at the end if you add all this together, you will get again 90 degree. Okay, then see here, one angle is divided into two parts. If I add these two again together, again it will be gives you 90 degree. So OBA equal to 21. So you just transpose to this side, then your angle X equal to how much? 69 degree. Okay, this is also very simple. Then we'll okay, so the video is already too long. Okay, so this is what for the today's class, and the remaining portion we'll discuss in whatever next class. Okay, so this is what our today's class, and thank you.